Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today, Sarah McKenzie, coordinator for study abroad here at Troy University. And thank you for joining me here today.
Sure, thank you.
And we're talking about study abroad, and this is something that we've had you on before to talk about the renewed study abroad initiative here. But it's been a challenge, obviously, in COVID, but study abroad in general. Before we get into travel, talk about study abroad and what it means at the university, because it also has been a big strategic element of the university to get students abroad.
Yes, so study abroad is very important to the chancellor. We have students that have told me at Impact that they came to Troy specifically because of our study abroad programs. They want to go, they're looking for that. It helps with their future employment and graduate school applications, and it just makes them a more rounded person, more confident, more flexible, more adaptable. And it is very important to the university to get that experience.
And we have students that travel all over the world to numerous different countries and have plenty of opportunities to go on these trips. And so what does it mean for students to be able to take advantage of some of these trips and what it means for, you mentioned briefly there, but just in general what it means for expanding their horizons to be able to take these trips?
Well, it opens their world. I mean, most of them are from Alabama. Haven't been too far afield from Alabama, so this is their world. And when you leave your world and see the rest of the world, it opens your eyes to how other people live. When I went to Ecuador, it made me really realize that people are people everywhere. Same problems, same joys, same challenges, but people are people everywhere.
And of course, you mentioned there the benefits of employers. If employers see that you've had these opportunities abroad, it could potentially make you stand out among other candidates for jobs.
Mm-hmm. It does set them apart in that process. And they're already getting some of that here on campus with our international students. We haven't had as many lately, but we are getting more and more, and so they do get to see some of that on campus. And they will be working with people from other countries wherever they go to work. I mean, the world's just getting smaller.
And that connection there. Now, talk a little bit about the challenges, because obviously running a study abroad program during a time when you couldn't travel, obviously that was difficult. Mm-hmm. But what are you seeing now? The light at the end of the tunnel is getting bigger and brighter, I would think, right?
It is. COVID is still a little bit fluid, kind of new rules every day. But I guess the biggest challenge probably is flights. Flights are pretty expensive still. We don't have any trips leaving until December, so hopefully that will change a little bit. But kind of the logistics are still, they're not as easy as they were.
And with COVID, obviously nothing is as easy as it once was, but you're seeing a lot of it dealing with maybe some of the rules in individual countries, because obviously, when a student chooses to go on one of these trips, they'll can learn what's going on in particular countries, but a lot of that pertains to what the students are going to have to do to prepare themselves, whether it be vaccinations and things like that. Yes. What are you seeing in that regard in students and their preparation and seeing what they have to do to get ready to go to some of these other countries?
Right. Well, mostly it is the vaccination thing. Troy's not requiring the vaccine, but countries are. So if you want to go to their country, you're going to have to get the vaccine or follow their rules. Puerto Rico, I have a trip going there in December. Right now, their rule is vaccination or a test every 2 days. So, if you're willing to go through that, then
so the rules could be different depending on the country, and you'll have to know when you make that plan and what you have to do.
Right. The rules are changing daily, like I said. So it's not something that I'm spending a lot of time on right now, because I know it's going to be different by December. It's going to be different by March. It's going to be different by May. So.
And of course, last time I had you on here, it was when you first announced the return of study abroad, and that was earlier this year. And at the time, there were only 4 trips planned.
Yes.
That number has expanded since then, right?
Yes, to 14. We have 14 going. Our first one does leave in December. It's going to Puerto Rico. It's with Dr. Johanna Albrecht. She is a veteran faculty leader. I'm so excited that she's going to be the first one to go, because I know that she'll be able to handle whatever challenges they get. But and then we have 5 or 6 going spring break, and 6 or 7 going in the summer.
So all those are kind of laid out. So it expanded by 10, and obviously there could be some more opportunities for more. And that's one of those things that if there are faculty members out there who are thinking about it, they can contact you and talk to you. You can help them through the process of that.
Of course, right? Yes, definitely.
And students that are interested as well, they can learn through your office, and also eligible for a scholarship if they go on these trips, right?
That's correct. The $1,250 Chancellor's Award for Global Competitiveness is available to all of our students. They have to have a 2.5 GPA and be taking course credit. And it's non-competitive, so everyone gets it with those qualifications.
And so you get a big chunk of that trip paid for by the university.
Right.
So it's hard to turn down these opportunities.
That's right.
Now,
and you can get it one time every academic year. So if you can go 4 years, that's $5,000.
That you can go around the world during your time here. Well, thanks for joining us here today to tell us about study abroad. And once again, they can visit your office or contact you for any information about that.
That's right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.